time here at Hogsmeade Village.
Lieutenant Dane.
Hello, Forrest.
You got new legs.
Titanium alloy.
Always want to do this in front of you.
Creating content that enlightens and lifts you up.
Dish, sir, dish.
Me at Splash Mountain, just pepper these in here.
Hello everyone, this is Kermit the Frog reporting live from the final showing of Muppet Vision 3D.
Right? God, I missed our daily dishes.
Yes, indeed.
You know, I really don't remember you being this opinionated.
Who knows? It's Hollywood, baby.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the dish!
Hey. So, let's dish.
What do you want to dish about?
Anything you guys want. This is your time.
Welcome back, Fun Fam, and if you're brand new to the channel, welcome in to follow the Bradley's Fun Wednesday night. This is the dish, the pre-pro show dish, coming in hot tonight. Thank you guys, everybody that is showing up tonight. We appreciate you being here. Yeah, we're kind of light tonight, so I don't know. I did notice that on my own channels, even the channels I have set up to monitor things, I wasn't getting notifications on this today. It's weird, which is odd because I'm literally talking about the thing that the internet is blowing up over, which is the Spider-Man trailer. So yeah, if you didn't get a notification, I don't know what's going on, but there's certainly it's something is awry. Anyhow, and I need to add my own redirect here. It's been a really weird Wednesday. There was a comment I saw from William. I think I want to say William. Let's see. I'll find this. There it is. Is that the right one? What the heck? 10:15. I hope that's not right. Is it? Why is that saying 10:15 p.m. tonight? I don't know. Anyway, for some reason, the Pro Show link is showing 10:15. Is anybody else seeing that the Pro Show link is seeing 10:15 tonight instead of 9 o'clock? Sorry, I got to check on all of this business housekeeping type stuff. Give me just a moment while I check this. What is going on live? Yeah, that's odd. It's showing 10:15 p.m. Weird. Walter, I see out there. Let's see. Start saying hi to everybody. I have not seen the Casio commercial. Let's see. We've got Walter Moskowitz. Hopefully I said that right. Jello Rod. Hello, Walter. Let's see who else is out there. William Schweikert is out there. What's up? What up? Like the old commercial. What up? Giving the pup a bath, but we'll be listening in. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. We appreciate that. From the Chief William Schweikert. And yes, so my allergies are not better, and I haven't had a chance to take any allergy medication today. So there it is. Howdy going, Shogi? Thank you for being out there. Thank you for modding. Magically MJ is here. And happy Wednesday, party people. Oh my goodness. It is there we go. And that's not a lot of chatter tonight, but for those that are here, thank you so much for being here. You are the apple in my eye, the cream in my coffee. You are the gigawatts, and of course, you're the energon that makes this guy transform and roll out off of the workout bench to be here with you.
A toast, Autobots. Boy, these are good. I needed to refuel. Energy! This stuff's the greatest!
Am I back? Had a little bit of an internet issue there for a moment. I think I'm back. Yeah, okay. I seem to be back. Yeah, that's a little late. I don't know if it's supposed to be. I'm gonna check my messages real quick and see what happened there. Now I just got, this is odd. That's weird. I'm getting links to all kinds of things that I shouldn't normally be getting links to. Sorry, guys. A little bit of weirdness. Hey, we got some guests to bring on, though. If you are coming in and you're in the chat, say hi. Please do that. And let us bring on our guests.
It's me.
It's Jess Hart's Theme Parks. Now, funny thing is I would normally bring Lou Wasserman's Ghost in with that intro, but, I thought I'd have a little fun.
It scares me every time. I startle so easily, so thank you for that.
You know what? I'm having trouble staying awake tonight, so hopefully I'm trying to wake myself up, and Good Lord, man. I don't know. Let's see. Who else is out there? We have somebody else who's coming in.
Doc, calm down, okay? Just calm down. It's me. It's Marty.
No, it can't be you. I sent you back to the future.
Hey, Doc, that's right, but I came back again. I came back from the future. Don't you remember last night? You fainted. I brought you home.
This can't be happening. You can't be here. It doesn't make sense for you to be here. I refuse to even believe that you are here.
But she is here. MJ is here. Jess is here. And I saw Disney Secret Kingdom out there. Hey, Ryan, Brittany. I almost invited you guys out there, Disney Secret Kingdom. I almost invited you guys to the stream. I don't know if you've seen the Spider-Man trailer, but that's generally speaking, what we're going to be talking about. And we're going to be talking a little bit about new leadership at Disney. How you doing, MJ?
I'm doing good. I'm here. It's been a week, and today was wild with all the news. It's just a lot of news.
We have news, but see, the thing is, all of the news has been usurped by our building. We have people. God, I hope they're not watching. I don't think they are, because I don't think they're fans of the show or anything. But there's people that are leaving our building right now. They're moving out, and they had their door open while they were moving stuff today. And I'm like, oh my gosh! It was like, oh. They part of it is that they have a big dog. They have like a 100-pound dog in a small 2-bedroom apartment.
That's rough.
When I moved into this
No pun intended, right, Jess? That was rough.
Rough, yeah. Well, when I moved into the complex here, it was actually a no pet complex. As a matter of fact, I had a dog
after COVID, everything changed though, Ron. After COVID, everyone
No. It was before that. It was before that we had, I want to say 3 to 4 years in, we had new management take over and everything changed. Oh, well, shoot, Disney Secret Kingdom. I've got to send you, I've got to get your info so I can send you links. Absolutely, Ryan and Brittany. Definitely want to have you guys on. I don't know if you guys have been following Disney Secret Kingdom, where they do live streams from the parks out of Disneyland on the West Coast. And I've been watching them since they got their start, and they had a couple people coming in, 4 or 5 people watching the streams. You got like 200, 300, 400 people watching their streams now. They're doing great. Their consistency in the parks. When I first started the channel and when I first started really working it in 2023, I didn't know am I frozen again?
You're good now. You were for a second.
Okay. Anyway, when I first started, I wasn't sure which direction I wanted to go. So I was I'm trying to do everything and except what I'm doing right now, which is hilarious. But I was trying to do in-park streams and park vlogs and shorts and all that kind of stuff. And I realized pretty quickly I don't have the stamina. Park streaming takes stamina. Yeah. And I could do 3, 4, maybe 5 hours if I stretched it at a time. I've seen park streamers go for 12, for 13, for 14 hours.
That's wild.
It's nuts. And a lot of people don't realize it, but I'm 54 years old. I'll be 55 this year. I'll get my AARP card and everything, right? And I just don't have that stamina anymore. My back hurts. I'm working out. I'm losing weight. I'm trying to get back in shape right now for that very reason. Because even if I get in the best shape of my life, I still don't think I'm going to have the stamina to do like a park stream. Plus, I also noticed that it kind of diminished. Bless you. It kind of diminished my own experience at the parks. Like I'm like, oh, I'm here live streaming for everybody else, but I'm not really doing what I want anymore. Yeah. It's not the same. So I appreciate people like Disney Secret Kingdom, Barry Place 28, and all the people that actually do live stream from the parks. Lorena still does a good job of live streaming from the parks. I'll try and do it every now and again. I'll throw something up when I'm at the park, but it's not the same. And I apologize to those that were watching me for park streams, but now that I get the studio set up, this is just and the fact that I can give people information that I think is helpful when they go to the parks, that's a really something I want to be able to do as well. It's also hopefully valuable, and that's what I want to do, is bring value. So Go and Shogi says throws it over to you, Jess Hart's Theme Parks. I do have a question for you.
Much. Yes.
As we come on now, StreamYard. Trying to get MJ's. Well, there you go.
Oh, no worries. Thank you.
So before we get into discussing the Spider-Man brand new day trailer, which was trying to find if there's any good stories on it. MJ, did you get a chance to watch it by any chance?
I did. It looked actually really, really cool. I saw the
Yeah.
other two that they did together. I was just a little confused because I thought they already knew each other, unless I'm missing something. Because she walks in and she's like, "I'm MJ," and they act like they've never met. So what am I?
So, okay, so at the end of Spider-Man, No Way Home.
Okay.
The end of Spider-Man No Way Home, that ended with Doctor Strange casting a spell to where nobody could remember Peter Parker. Nobody even remembered that Peter Parker even existed. Thank you, Go and Show. There you go. Disney Secret Kingdom. Boom,
He's
boom.
the best. Go and Shuggy.
So yeah, so and the reason why this movie is so anticipated is the last MCU movie that made any significant amount of money was Spider-Man No Way Home. And since then, the movies have diminished both in quality and in box office receipts as a result, which is not a surprise because that's what happens when you diminish the quality of films. The box office receipts go down. Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness followed that up, and I think that was a disappointment after No Way Home, because No Way Home had given fans the multiversal movie that fans wanted by bringing in the Spider-Verse characters from all of the Spider-Man previous films. And I don't know if Marvel took the right lesson from that or the wrong lesson from that, because it seems to be like they sort of doubled down on that with Daredevil and Wolverine, which became the next really truly successful Marvel film, but was sort of like Marvel adjacent, not so much MCU. It literally was like a love letter to all the Fox properties from before. Now it seems like what they're trying to do with Doomsday is put Deadpool Wolverine together with Spider-Man No Way Home in a multiversal movie that brings everything that they've ever done together. And it could be great if they do it right, or it just could be like, you know how like when you're trying to cook, right? And you've made recipes in the past, like, oh, that's really good. Oh, what if we bring this together? And then all of a sudden you put everything together in a recipe and you eat it after you try to cook it, and you're like, oh God, what the heck did I make?
Now it's just Spider-Man goulash, is what you're saying.
Yeah, that could be what. Well, I don't think Spider-Man's going to end up that way, but Doomsday could end up that way. So there are characters in this Spider-Man trailer that some people that are even fans of the MCU might not be familiar with, that have been introduced to the MCU before, one of them being the Punisher. But we'll talk about that in a little bit. First thing that I wanted to talk about, we're doing things a little bit lighter tonight, just to let the audience know, if you're watching out there. So today, MJ, did you pay attention to any of the any of the earnings call, the shareholders call for Disney today?
Yeah, I for the majority, I sat and watched and listened more than I watched. But yeah, it's a lot to take in. Plus listening to the commentary of the other channels, what they had to say about it. So I was like, I'm not really jumping up and down for joy. It's kind of been a rough day for me to process it all, because it's like, this is what we have to look forward to. Really, guys, this is it. I mean, I was not impressed.
Well, I was listening to Orange Grove 55, I think, right? Is that his name? Orange Grove 55?
OG 55.
I thought he had some pretty good takes. He's trying to be positive about it, trying to be blue sky about it, and I appreciated that. This is a challenging time for Disney fans, because like the vast majority of Disney fans were like cheering Bob Iger in the 2010s. Why? He came in, bought Pixar, which that's, you know, you kind of felt like, okay, well, why didn't Disney buy Pixar before? Everything they're doing is Disney. So that relationship totally made sense. It gelled because everything Pixar did was Disney, right? So Disney Pixar made sense. Then there was the Star Wars thing.
Yeah.
And I feel like Marvel took place even before Star Wars. But see, here's what happened at the time. When Disney was purchasing Marvel Studios was just getting their start. So the MCU was beginning. It was in its infancy. And everybody, myself included, thought back then, oh my gosh, this is great. Now the Marvel universe that they're building is going to have Disney money to do it with. It's going to be amazing. And it was. Everything they gave us was amazing for like a decade. Star Wars, we all thought, you know, MJ had asked about this before, about Star Wars weekends. The last Star Wars weekend, I think it was the last one. The last one that I can remember was 2015. And I think it was the last Star Wars weekend. And I was a huge fan. Huge. So Star Wars weekends up until 2015, I don't know when they started, but they were taking place for, I want to say about 6 weekends in a row. I want to say that they started the first weekend in May every year, and then they would go the next 5 weekends after that. So 6 weekends into the second weekend of June. And what was the point of Star Wars weekends? Probably when they first started it, Hollywood Studios needed the boost to get people in during the month of May, right? I mean, that's the spring break had ended. How do we get people in here? It's Hollywood Studios. People are going to Magic Kingdom. Okay, great. Need a boost. Got it. Yeah. Well, we'll definitely see Attic Tapes 14. We'll definitely see. So, all right. So 2015, the reason I'm bringing this up is that was the time that we knew in the fall we were going to get the first Star Wars movie under Disney, and everybody was psyched for it. At that time, 2015, the MCU was going strong. Pixar was doing great. They had given us movies like Up and The Incredibles, and like the parks were amazing. I worked for Disney at the time. Yeah. I was working for DVC. I was a cast member. I loved it. I was all in. I was a pixie duster. Seriously, like
with the cupcakes and all, Ron.
The cupcakes and all, man. You give it to me, I'll eat it up, right?
Yeah.
And then Bob Iger, when he did finally leave, because he was supposed to leave in like 2017. No, I'll stay on. See us through this. The first Star Wars movie they gave us kind of gave us some hope, and then there was Rogue One. Rogue One was good. Then there was the Solo movie, not so great, and then I want to say that it was the Rian Johnson movie that just kind of people were like that. I was okay. What did I just watch? It was more like that was an odd take. Like that's what we first got was an odd take. We were very hopeful, and the Star Wars just kind of kept going on downhill. Then The Mandalorian came out, and Mandalorian was great. And then they fired Gina Carano, and that ended it for me. I'm like, okay, that's, I tried to watch Book of Boba Fett, wasn't as good, and then Mandalorian season 3 was just awful. So there's just like when the Bob Iger left, and I'm like, okay, now Bob Chapek has a chance. I'm coming back to work, going, second go around as a cast member, and I was tepid when Bob Chapek came in. But when they ousted him as quickly as they did, I was like, okay, they haven't even given the guy a chance. Right. What's going on? It weirded me out thinking this whole go round seems very, very pre-planned. And that was 2022. And I will tell you, once Bob Iger came back, and I was working as a cast member, the way things went downhill so fast, the cast morale, everything, it was weird. It was really, really weird. At the time, of course, we know that then, Bob Iger came back, Josh D'Amaro put in charge of parks and all that. It was a weird time. Then I left Disney in May 2023, started my channel, found Pro found me, whatever. And it's been different. So with this change in leadership, fingers crossed.
Yeah, that's all we can do. Or barf. A lot of people barfed today, Ron.
I didn't hear what Josh D'Amaro said. Did Bob Iger speak?
Yeah.
He did. Was he like, sayonara, I'm out of here, adios?
But for real this time.
Yeah, I don't think he said anything about like sayonara. Like he didn't. You know how Bob talks? He talks like he's going to be around forever. He's going to be always lurking.
Do you know who represents Bob in the movies?
Oh no. Mm-mm.
Okay, when you think about this, when I say it, you're going to get it. Loki. Loki. They got him. Why? Because he has died. I don't know how many times, and he keeps coming back.
He might be an animatronic. I'm not convinced.
And you know where Loki is in the Marvel Cinematic Universe now? Loki is holding on to the ties of the multiverse, holding it all together in the background, unseen. Nobody sees him. That feels like Bob to me, and thinks that he's being benevolent by doing it, but he's still the god of mischief. So
I thought they created the villain from Wish to be Bob Iger.
James, I think Chapek was ousted because yes, he was ousted because he didn't do what Iger wanted him to do, but he was doing what Iger wanted him to do it first, and then he and Iger, he was Iger's scapegoat for everything, and all the things that were there. Iger came back in, he didn't reverse a single thing Bob Chapek did, not a single thing. Made it worse.
No, he just used him for blame.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Iger is supposed to be he's actually set to be an advisor for at least the next 5 years. So that's a concerning thought. Plus, dude, I will never understand why millionaires and billionaires in their 70s don't freaking retire.
Right.
Like, seriously.
Can you move over? Yeah.
Do you not have loved ones in your life? You literally have more money than God.
Okay, so wait a minute. We're touching this subject, and I got to do it, and I'm going to do it. It is time for Al Roger, Savannah Guthrie, and that Hoda Kotb B. Please retire, go away, and let new shiny people take the spotlight and have a nice paycheck too. Good night.
The whole thing, that whole generation of forgive me.
Holy cow.
Boomers, a lot of them tend to hold on a lot longer into their careers, and I think Bob Iger.
Go home to your grandchildren. It's a wrap. Holy smokes!
I will never understand that.
Every parade, they're front and center, and then the mom gets kidnapped, and then the Winter Olympics paycheck goes to hell. I can't. I'm gonna stop. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
Just pass it down. I'm like 95-year-old George Soros. What the heck, man? Just how?
I don't think Eisner was the last CEO we had before Iger, but did this happen before? Was there hey, I'm gonna hang out and hold your hand for 5 years plan for anybody else?
Eisner left. Eisner doesn't even Eisner hasn't even been back to the corporate offices.
Yeah.
And I think he said as much. He's like, no, man, I'm done. He's like, that's the way to leave, man.
That should be how it works. You're done.
There's so many other people that are so talented and they're fresh, have great ideas, and they just need their turn to shine too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So do I have hope? I'm holding out hope that under Josh D'Amaro, Disney may change, could change. Chef Eddie's here. I see a lot of people coming in. James All Day is here. Chef Eddie, Dan's Life at the Kingdom. Thanks for coming in, guys.
Dan's Life at the Kingdom.
And look, Jess Hart's Theme Parks is here. Now I have another question for you, Jess. And let me see if I can bring up a story to let me
story.
Let's story yeah.
Time with Ron.
It's my favorite.
Hold
time
on a
of
second.
day.
Once upon a time in a faraway land.
We don't have the twinkle, Ron. We don't have the twinkly music.
All right. Let's see if this article will come up properly, and let's see if it will work to bring up. Okay, I gotta get it up, and we'll do it as a story. It's a little bit of a different type of a thing. Now, we cover theme parks on this channel. We do. We don't just cover Disney, cover pop culture. We cover all kinds of things.
Oh
right?
my God, I love it.
Before we get into the Spider-Man stuff, and I know you guys are waiting for the Spider-Man stuff, I want to get into this because it's Jess, your thing is still on the screen there. Get off my there. I want to get into this story because it's very personal to me. I'm actually doing a separate video on it, but it might actually mean something to Jess too. So we will do this as our first story.
That was smooth, Ron. That was smooth.
I had a feeling.
That was nice.
Out of, I believe this is a paper out of Cleveland. Yeah, cleveland.com. I didn't even know there was a cleveland.com, but apparently there is a cleveland.com. And I'm looking for a person that wrote the article. I don't see an actual person's name, but here it is. Why Six Flags is selling 7 parks and what it could mean for Cedar Point. This is interesting. This is very, very interesting. So this is updated on March the 18th. So I think that's today, right? Michigan's Adventure. There's Snoopy. I love Snoopy. Michigan's Adventure in Muskegon is one of 7 parks that Six Flags is selling to reduce debt. All right. So out of Cleveland, Ohio, North America's largest regional amusement park company will get a bit smaller next month with the sale of 7 Six Flags properties, including a couple tied to the company's early history. Six Flags says the move will allow the company to concentrate on the parks with the greatest potential for innovation, expansion, and elevated guest experiences, according to a statement. In other words, it's shedding its least profitable parks to spend more on the properties that are most likely to grow in visitors and profits. So yeah, that story, it's showing us that, I have to subscribe to continue, and I don't want to do that, but what do you think of Six Flags selling some of the parks?
So I was not a fan of the acquisition to begin with, the merger, whatever it officially was. Cedar Fair and Six Flags had done things very differently for the whole history of their parks. We actually saw a Six Flags park come in back in the early 2000s and take over a regional park here called Geauga Lake. And within a few years, they sold it to Cedar Fair. And a few years after that, the park was demolished after over 100 years of operation. So I didn't have great feelings about it. Michigan's Adventure is a good example where most people that live near it still drove across the Ohio border and came to Cedar Point anyway. It was a much smaller park. I'm not surprised that they're getting rid of it. I think what's kind of sad, especially for people who saw things go a little bit south as the Six Flags stuff seeped in, is that we're losing some of those parks that have been part of the Cedar Fair brand for decades. But I'm not surprised by it either. There's some of the legacy Six Flags and some of the legacy Cedar Fair being cut out of this. I'm curious who, like, I don't think that they're just going to shut down completely. I think that there will be another company that comes in and takes them over. I would love to see like a Hershend Entertainment or something like that come in, because I think they do a really nice job with their parks.
Well, I don't know who's getting the ones in Ohio. I do know that Six Flags St. Louis has been purchased by Enchanted Parks, which is an interesting entity as I've been trying to research it. So they're doing some parks in New York, and they're out of Delaware, but they're also out of Orlando. They have offices here. I haven't had a chance to go by. I keep wanting to see because they have an address. So this is out of STL NPR, St. Louis Public Radio. Six Flags St. Louis to be sold as part of $342 million multi-park deal by Brian Munoz. And there is, I think, is that Batman? That looks like Batman.
It does.
Six Flags St. Louis will soon no longer carry the iconic name. Now, I do believe we got this last year, one more year of Six Flags in St. Louis. But Six Flags St. Louis will no longer carry the iconic name as part of a deal that shifts ownership of the amusement park in Eureka after more than 50 years under the Six Flags brand. I can tell you exactly how many it is. It's 54 years. You know why I know this? Because Six Flags opened the year that I was born, just like the Magic Kingdom did. So I was born November 1st, 1971. Magic Kingdom opened October 1st, 1 month before I was born, and Six Flags had opened in June of that year. Kansas City-based, I don't like the way this is written. Kansas City-based EPR properties. They're not actually based in Kansas City. They have an office there. They're technically based in Orlando, but they also started their LLCs in Delaware. Really, really weird, but we'll get to that in a minute. So Kansas, I didn't write this. They wrote it. They need to research it a little bit better, I think. But EPR properties and the EP, at least the EP part, stands for Enchanted Parks. It's Enchanted Parks and Resorts. That's what the EPR stands for. Plans to acquire Six Flags St. Louis, 6 other regional Six Flags parks, including Worlds of Fun, in a deal valued at $342 million. EPR Property said it will invest $315 million, with park operators providing the rest. And they also have a Canadian property. So it's really interesting. But they have a website that we'll go to, and we'll bring it up. Let's see if I can find the Enchanted Parks website. Because so this is what happens when you go to the website. So there you go. They have a website. They look legit. Six Flags is keeping the name for a year. And then my understanding is that Enchanted Parks plans on renaming Six Flags to something like, we don't know for sure, but it looks like maybe Mid-America operated by Enchanted Parks, or Mid-America Park by Enchanted Parks, something like that. We actually don't have an official name from them. All we have out of the website itself right now is a little bit of news about what they're doing. So here's what their website says. Enchanted Parks, in partnership with EPR Properties, signs definitive agreement to acquire 6 regional amusement parks, reinforcing commitment to local communities. And this is where it gets interesting for me, because I'm kind of hoping that I might actually be able to go meet with them and have maybe some influence. It's just because my time with Six Flags St. Louis goes all the way back to 1992, but my experience as a guest goes, actually my time working for Six Flags St. Louis goes back to 1990. My time as a guest goes back to my birth. Literally my entire life is wrapped up in Six Flags St. Louis, which means I might have a little bit of insight on how to make that a more profitable park. Not from the business perspective, but from the, if you give guests what they want, they will come perspective, right? So this is out of Windermere, Florida, March 5th, 2026. Enchanted Parks, a leading owner and operator in the entertainment and leisure industry, announced today it is partnered with EPR Properties, leading diversified experiential real estate investment trust, specializing in select experiential properties to acquire 6 established regional parks from Six Flags. And it's really interesting because it's not just parks that they run, they also run resorts. So this could get interesting if they take the right steps. So they got Worlds of Fun, Valley Fair in Shakopee, Minnesota. Worlds of Fun is in Kansas City or just outside Kansas City, Missouri. Six Flags St. Louis, Eureka, Missouri, that's just outside St. Louis. Valley Fair is in Minnesota. Schlitterbahn, Galveston, Texas.
Schlitterbahn.
Michigan's Adventure in Muskegon. Great Escape in Queensbury, New York. Water Safari Resort in Old Forge, New York, and Diggerland, USA in West Berlin, New Jersey. So
Diggerland is awesome, by the way, if you've never heard of it and you have young kids. It's amazing.
Yeah. And the only thing is when you go there, make sure that you're pronouncing the name correctly.
It's important. Enunciate.
Yes. Really, really important that you say Digger. You know, it's like the old Sesame Street.
I'm trying to like say it in my brain. Yeah, because I don't want to even try to say it out loud.
Well, you know, here in
I got to
Orlando,
practice in private here.
We have Deezerland. Deezerland is a pretty cool thing. So yeah. So what do you think? Do you have hope? I have a lot of hope. Like, because I do. Cedar Fair, I wasn't really happy with that acquisition.
I have a lot of hope. My additional hope is that this isn't the last time we see some separation of that giant acquisition. What used to, even like Halloween weekends this year, right? It used to be a much more family friendly event as far as what entertainment offerings existed. And I found myself in a very PG-13 theatrical show at one point with my, at the time, 10-year-old, which felt a lot more like the Six Flags Halloween events that I'd been to in the past. So I kind of miss old Cedar Fair.
Okay, so I'm going to tell you guys my idea. One of my ideas.
He did it in his Batman voice. I'm going to tell you guys.
We're buying a theme park, guys.
I'm going to tell you guys.
And chat, you can weigh in on this if you want. So my idea is that you make these local parks loved by locals, meaning that, you know, it's different. You have Disney attracting people from all over the world, but what you want to do is let people know they don't have to go to Disney to get a Disney level vacation in their own backyard, and it can be awesome, but also connect the community with the parks. And there's a way to do that I've been thinking about since I was there. So they have these shows. And I don't know if they're really still doing the shows. They need to focus on entertainment. Now more than ever in these parks, they need to focus on entertainment. Why? Because we are about to be just flooded with AI slop from the internet. We just are.
100%.
We are about to be flooded. So all that AI stuff means people are going to want to connect with reality.
Yeah.
Where can people connect with reality if not their own backyards in these theme parks? Rides are great, but you can get rides at the fair. You know, I mean,
sure.
Yes, you want great themed rides. You want people to have a blast, but no, like you think about a ride. I'm waiting an hour and a half to do something that takes a minute and a half.
Yeah.
That's a ride. And the best rides are going to be that way. But if you really want to give people value, give them entertainment. You give them something that they love to do when they're taking a break in between the rides. And that is the shows. I was in a show in 1992 called Rhythm Nation, and we focused on American music, pop music, like country, gospel, pop, rock, rap. My point with the show is that you could do this. There are local television stations. I always thought what they needed to do was name the group at Six Flags Six Flags Kids, Six Flags whatever you want to name them. Somebody needs to come in, give it a flashy, stylish name, put that group on TV locally and make them locally famous. Make those kids famous. Now, of course, those kids, when they're auditioning, they need to understand, and the parents need to understand whatever. Usually they're 20 something, so they're young adults, but I call them kids now, right? But they would need to understand what they're getting into, and that, you know, if even on a local level, if you're somewhat famous, there's going to be things that go along with it. Look, when we weren't on TV, we still had groupies that we had to deal with. So the reality is, and it's weird, by the way, when you're an entertainer, you are going to have fans, groupies, whatever. You know, that I like doing a show like this because I don't feel like the people watching are necessarily fans. It's just like we're all really in the same space together, and you're part of the show, as far as I'm concerned. So, but with the fandom, it's different. But here's the thing: if you put those kids on TV in the local markets and you build them up and you make them of somewhat local celebrities, who then every now and again you get a group of them. If you can't get the whole cast together, you can be part of the cast or the whole cast, and you can go do charity events. You can go to old folks' homes. You can go to hospitals. You can do special shows at Christmas, live shows. You can bring that live group around your city to other places, and that community then wants to go to Six Flags more to see those kids perform and bring their families with them, and it becomes this huge like synergistic thing where, oh my gosh, I get to meet these people, and I get to interact with them, and they're real, and they're in my community, but they're kind of famous. And I think the whole thing would be very, very synergistic. Then those same kids, guess what? You pick out a couple of them, and they do a commercial for the park, but then they also can maybe do commercials for other things, you know, like bring all of the community together. Six Flags in St. Louis is very connected to all the other community things that you can do in that town, like go to Forest Park, like go to the Science Center, go to the Arch, bring all of that together. And whatever, it can be done in any local community. It doesn't matter if it's Cleveland or Cincinnati or, you know, Schenectady or wherever, you know, I don't know. You guys tell me, am I completely off the rails?
No.
No, I think where it gets a little bit challenging now. So I put in the chat, I worked at Cedar Point back in 2009. That's where I did my internship in public relations. And I lived in a teeny tiny apartment with 5 other girls. Half of them were in live entertainment. And they had the groupies, and they weren't even on TV, right? So we had the same guys that would sit in the front row and eat their popcorn and drink their Coke every day, all day, and watch these girls. And they were beautiful and talented, and I get it. But
and I had the same guys watching me that
with their popcorn and their pretzels.
Yeah.
But something that's slowly shifted. It was starting to happen then. You have some of these third-party companies that, like RWS Entertainment, for instance, that do a lot of the live shows in theme parks now. It's not all done by them, but a lot of their larger productions, especially specialty acts, if you're seeing acrobats or something like that, they're done by these third-party companies that are under contract. So that kind of takes away the park's control over your talent a little bit. And then the media side of it, you've got like other companies that handle most of your commercials. So again, like the park has some say in it, but corporate instead of it being at a local level. So it can be a little bit challenging, but I do think that there is something to be said for having a lot more community interaction. There used to be a lot more like special days where you'd bring in like the local guy from like the Cleveland Cavaliers, or you'd have, you know, the college athletes from wherever come in. And I think that focus is, and the astronauts. We just had a meteor hit here, by the way, speaking of astronauts in Ohio, if you guys didn't see that, but maybe they can bring in some moon rocks. I don't know.
Was it green and glowing?
It was not.
And did you have any local reporters that got really sick?
I mean, that one guy did go missing off the air, but no, I'm kidding. I think that there is something to be said for that community atmosphere. I mean, all of these parks are in small towns like Sandusky, where Cedar Point is. When the parks close, that's a really small town that happens to be up on Lake Erie. So bringing that together and really including your community, I think, goes a long way.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah, I think that if it's done right, if there's some protections involved for the kids,
certainly,
and the last thing you need is one little accident or one person to get out of control and it's messed up.
Yeah.
But I want to see these local parks have a lot of success, and I want people to be active in their communities and having a great time without having to spend thousands upon thousands of dollars.
You just
going to Disney or something.
You just can't focus on, we either got to go all the way to California or all the way to Orlando to have a grand old time. And I'm listening to you guys and I'm observing and I'm absorbing the information. I grew up going to Six Flags in Georgia. It was so much fun. I don't know the details of the bad reputation it ended up happening. I know people said anything from it's just full of riffraff and it's a drop off. It's a daycare center. People drop off their kids during the day in the summer. And, I kind of stopped going when I became a young adult. And then I just wasn't interested in taking my kids, because of the bad reputation it started to have. And I focused more on the other parks, but I agree with you guys. They need to shape up and give them a lot of love and care and investment, because the centerpiece of our country deserves something cool in their backyard, or even if it's something that's just a short few hours away that they don't have to spend a lot of money on. I mean, we still want to go check out that one place. What is the name of that place? You guys might know. Jess, you might know. The Wolf, it's like an indoor water park.
Great Wolf Lodge.
What great, yeah.
Yeah. Do you guys have anything good to say about that? Because my kids are very intrigued when they see the
How
commercial.
old are they? How old are your kids?
I have a 7-year-old and an 11-year-old, and then I have 2 adult children.
So that's not possible because you're like 25.
But, thank you.
My recommendation, Great Wolf Lodge.
I like her, Ron. I like her a lot.
I'd go for Kalahari. I don't know if you've heard of Kalahari.
No.
Or something. Mm-hmm. It's much bigger. Great Wolf Lodge is just kind of on the small side. Your 7-year-old would like it, but anybody older would be like,
okay,
a little snoozy.
Okay, that's good to know. I'm asking the experts here.
Do you guys
if you could
remember?
Send me a link on the one you're talking about. That way
absolutely.
I can check it out. That would be great.
Yep.
Do you guys remember this story that there was going to be this Disney competitor in the middle of America?
Yeah.
Oh, no, I don't remember.
That was depressing.
Yeah, so this was very close to me personally, which is I wrote this story from Hype to Heartbreak, Fall of American Heartland Theme Park. So yeah, it's in recent years, theme park industry been on a roller coaster ride from Disney's controversial changes and closure, long-awaited debut of Epic Universe in Orlando. Fans experienced a whirlwind of emotions, but amid corporate shifts and rising guest frustration, one announcement in 2023 promised a new kind of a magic $2 billion Disneyland-like theme park in the heart of America, Veneta, Oklahoma. So that was announced and it's fallen apart. Not going to happen. I wrote the whole story on it, thatparkplace.com. Go visit there and you can see the story. They had former Imagineers that they had hired to work on this. And the reason it's close to me is because I personally really know the person that was in charge of trying to put this together. He's in his 90s right now. And his name is Gene Bicknell. And the reason I really, really personally know Gene Bicknell is because for a year, he played my dad in Branson, Missouri.
I remember you saying that. Yeah.
We were in a show together and called Celebrate America. And I played this soldier going off to war and he played my dad. Now my character left and was gone for most of the play. It was really interesting because I played 4 or 5 different characters in the show, as did everybody except for a few. But it was just interesting when this whole thing was going on because I was the first person to say when I think I saw Braden from Mickey Views was getting excited about it. I'm like, don't get too excited. I don't think this is going to happen. Just because I know Gene's history. He wanted this to happen, and he's always had this really big heart and mind in one of the things, but he He unfortunately he did invest like $900 million into this thing, lost it all. It's killer. It's killer. It's really, really a bad story for him, unfortunately. But my point is, this didn't happen. You do have local parks, though. You have your local park. Not too far away from there is Silver Dollar City, which is akin to Dollywood. There are amazing places that you guys can go if you're out there watching us. That is not Disney. It's not Orlando. It's not, Disneyland or Universal. It's in your own backyard. Look for what you have in your own backyard. There's nothing wrong with doing that. And, and if you do, I don't think that you'll necessarily be disappointed if we get the right people in charge of putting these parks back to the way they're supposed to be. And that would be nothing short of super. Speaking of super, we have a super chat. Now, we didn't discuss this before the show. A lot of times I do. I'll introduce the whole thing that we do where we do celebrations on this channel. The way we do celebrations on this channel, if somebody does give something like, memberships or super chats or any of that, we celebrate you guys. Okay. Now, sometimes the celebrations are not exactly, it's just general celebrations, but we want you to celebrate with us. If you are a member of the channel, you got custom emojis, you can throw those down in the chat. If you're not a member of the channel, when we celebrate together, and you can use any fun fireworks emojis, heart emojis, funny face emojis, anything you want. But for this super chat that I'm going to put up here, we have a very special celebration. So Izzo's Place has chimed in with the $5. Thank you, Izzo's Place. Appreciate that. Spider Run, does whatever a Spider Run does. Let me tell you about a comic book that I read. Comic story. It wasn't even a whole book. It was a story when I was a kid. When I was a kid, I remember being, 5, 6, 7 years old, whatever I was. My first experience with Spider-Man was on the Electric Company. You guys are way too young, aren't you? You guys just don't
heard
even
of it,
know.
but I've never seen
I
it.
was just going to say that. I've heard of that, but I've never seen that.
Sorry.
Morgan
I'm
Freeman.
not that young. I mean, I'm young, but geez, I was born in 85, Ron. Okay.
I was born 15 years before you nearly. Okay.
Be quiet. Shh, don't tell
All
people.
right. So
you could pass for 45.
So Morgan Freeman, right? Morgan Freeman. You guys all know Morgan Freeman.
Of course.
Don't now you're trying us, Ron.
All right. So yeah, but you don't know him as Easy Reader. And he was on a show called The Electric Company. He was on a show called The Electric Company. At the Electric Company. So when I was a kid, 2, 3, 4 years old, I was watching The Electric Company and Sesame Street and Mr. Rogers, and they would all come along on PBS. And The Electric Company did short skits. They were a little bit more skit oriented than Sesame Street was. And there were some mega famous stars that came out of Electric Company, Morgan Freeman being, one of the biggest ones. But he played a role. He was like Easy Reader, how you does. Anyway, he was the Easy Reader, and one of the things he would read is Spider-Man comics. But when Spider-Man comics would come on, it was really funny. Spider-Man had a theme song. 1987.
Sorry, it's just I read Jess's comment. I'm like, oh.
Spider-Man, when he came on, his theme song was Spider-Man, nobody knows who you are, but which is funny because we all know he's Peter Parker, but you didn't know that when you're watching The Electric Company. And his foes were not the foes that he has from the comics. So Spider-Man's foes were like Captain Eraser, who would erase all the things that a kid would try to write in his homework. Spider-Man.
It just sounds like good, clean kids entertainment, and I'm all for it. If it's a superhero eraser, that's cool. Compared to all the trash that they're putting on the TV for the kids these days.
After the show,
I
I'll
just
put
looked
links
it up.
yeah. It's
These
pretty funny.
costumes are
They're a little rough.
something.
They're a little rough, but
Unfortunately,
it's
so
good, clean fun.
the person that played Spider-Man back then, that was the first live action Spider-Man, technically speaking, and he's recently passed, unfortunately. But anyhow, yeah. So wait
a minute,
now-
Ron. Speaking of Morgan Freeman, he is the narrator for the dinosaur program on Netflix. Have you seen that?
Not yet.
Did you guys get a chance?
yet.
Okay, I
But
would like to check it out because I like Morgan Freeman.
Well, I love the penguin thing, so there's that. But anyway, Izzo's Place. Let's all celebrate. Yes. Let's all celebrate Izzo's Place together. Jess, I don't even know if you've seen this. Have you seen Izzo's Place's celebration?
I have not, but I'm ready.
I think you're gonna like it. Here you go.
To Izzo's Place. Cheers.
Really cool. I haven't
was
seen that one
amazing.
yet. That's so
you haven't?
cool. No, I haven't seen it
Yeah.
yet. That's great.
Yeah.
Izzo.
Izzo's got his fun. It
I
was so
always
funny.
pictured a restaurant or a bar with Izzo. Yeah.
Yeah,
fitting.
I got that was
was
pretty
sweet.
cool. So
That's cool.
Let's see. Let's talk about what broke the internet today, if you will. We're going to talk about Issa Biederman. I love it when I pronounce his name as if he were Jewish. It's Peter Spiederman. It's in our main story of the night. At parkplace.com. Bookmark it if you haven't done so yet. By our good friend Trevor Denning, Spider-Man Brand New Day trailer shows a more serious Spider-Man. MJ, you said you got to watch the trailer, right?
Yeah, I loved it. I enjoyed the other two films, so I'm looking forward to this one.
Yeah. So hopefully there's a little bit of a trailer breakdown in here. For copyright reasons, we can't show the trailer. I've always wondered, do either of you know how the people that do trailer reactions get away with that on YouTube? Like, I literally don't know how they're doing it, because they're watching the trailer, they're showing the trailer while they react to it, and then they're showing their reactions. Do they have copyright issues? I literally don't know.
We got to
It's a
do a
good-
test video one day, just see what happens if it strikes it or not.
Yeah,
I'm down
I have
for
to do
that,
it
yeah.
separately from the show, but there is a goal, by the way. I don't know what's my goal. If anybody, if we meet the goal tonight, I will take questions about my time in Israel. Yeah, it would be very interesting. But I spent 2 months living in Israel when I was 16 and 17 years old. I had my 17th birthday over there.
And what is the goal that we need to reach?
5 super chats. We have one
All right.
so far, so no big deal. Spider-Man, Brand New Day. The trailer hit. And I have watched every Spider-Man movie that's been out so far. There's Tom Holland's look. He's looking at his cell phone very clearly in front of a green screen. Like, I feel like that picture, he looks more green screen than I look right now.
Yeah.
We're all green screen, so like we know, we can tell.
We should flash the audience our green screens. And then unflash.
Just be careful what you. Yeah, let's not use the term "flash the audience."
Don't flash the audience. Yeah, don't do that.
All right. So, yeah. The first trailer for Spider-Man Brand New Day is as remarkable for what it does not show as for what it does. Fans hoping for their first official reveal of Sadie Sink's new character, they have to wait until the next trailer to see her in costume. Similarly, there are no hints that the Hulk will be in the film, just Bruce Banner. Instead, audiences get to see Peter Parker, Spider-Man, dealing with the consequences of a world that has forgotten him. Now, for those that don't remember, at the end of his last movie, which was called No Way Home, the reason it was called No Way Home is because he had no way to get home. He had lost, now at this point, both his aunt and uncle. So he literally, he's completely left on his own, and everybody's forgotten that Peter Parker even existed. So he literally, in order to save the world, gave up all of the relationships in his personal life. He has nobody or anything. So it's going to be interesting. Apparently there is a 4-year time jump. I've heard that this takes place 4 years from that, although I don't see how, because also in the trailer it was revealed that it's freshman year for MJ and Ned at MIT. So I don't know. It's kind of weird. Well, we'll see what happens. After the events of the last movie, No Way Home, Peter's best friends don't remember who he is, including his secret identity. The Spider-Man Brand New Day trailer appears more serious than his usual quippy self. The top comment on YouTube from user at WHXPZ_ says, quote, "Never thought I'd see Spider-Man this depressed. Bro is going through it." I feel like I should read that. No, of course. "Oh, I never thought I'd see Spider-Man this depressed. Bro is going through it." Introducing new characters after the opening with a brief recap, the trailer quickly establishes that Frank Castle, aka the Punisher, will be in the film. The two superheroes appear to have a confrontational relationship. Frank shoots at Spider-Man, and Spidey retaliates by smashing through a windshield and pushing the Punisher out the back. When Frank starts to drop an R-rated profanity, he gets his mouth webbed shut.
As he should.
As he should, that's right. And this is a fun fact people don't know. You didn't see it from the trailer, but that particular webbing is made of soap. So yeah, Frank gets a mouthful of soap. That's right. Clean your mouth out with soap, Frank. No, I'm just kidding, obviously. But hey, I could see it happening. I mean,
you can't do that anymore to your kids without going to jail.
Yeah, it probably tastes a little soapy though, but he is the Punisher, so I think it's fine. He gets a little punishment back himself. In the next scene, Peter is shown at a party, hovering around his friends Ned and MJ. Sometimes Spider-Man has to do the hard thing, even if it breaks Peter Parker's heart, he narrates. However, Peter has other problems. When something starts happening to his body, Peter goes to Bruce Banner for help. But like everyone else, the Hulk has no idea who he really is. See, here's the weird thing. Apparently, he's going through a second puberty in this movie. And I'm not kidding, by the way. That's like a real... I know. But it's a spider puberty. It's
a Spidey puberty.
Yeah. Something literally his body starts to change.
I'm getting old. I don't get it.
His body's going his like, you know, when you go through that, your body changes and develops and changes into new things. That's literally what's happening to him in this film. His DNA is mutating. Banner tells Peter that if his DNA is mutating, it would be enormously dangerous, but that's what seems like is happening. So, you know, we didn't really hear a lot about the spider that bit this Spider-Man. And so I think what they're doing is making him like the man spider, which I've seen in comics where, or another version of that is the arachnid, where like he actually becomes a human-sized spider. I don't know what's going to happen, but we'll see. A new voice in the Spider-Man Brand New Day trailer explains that spiders have 3 life cycles. Some speculate it may be Keith David, although this has not been officially confirmed. He goes on to explain that between cycles, the spider can become vulnerable to threats. The trailer underscores this with shots of Spider-Man facing off against armed gunmen, the supervillain Scorpion, and the secret collective of mystical ninjas known as the Hand. So they are bringing in elements from the Marvel Netflix series from the 2010s into this version of Spider-Man, which is really interesting. That means Daredevil. I don't know if Daredevil is going to show up in this or not, but he did in the last one, so it's also possible. And this is going to come. This version of Spider-Man will come out on the heels of both the Daredevil Born Again season 2 television series on Disney Plus, as well as a Punisher special, like 1 hour, whatever. I don't know what you call it. It's just a special. So those things are coming out. While the central villain remains unclear, as has traditionally been the case in Spider-Man stories, his biggest opponent is life itself. So he definitely has the Scorpion as one of the villains. Did either of you see Spider-Man Homecoming?
I did not watch it. Did you, MJ?
Yeah, I did. I liked both of them. Mm-hmm.
Okay. So MJ, do you remember the guy on the ferry, the ferry, like when the ferry was split in two, they were stopping a guy, and then that guy ends up in prison at the end of the film?
Vaguely, yes. Mm-hmm.
That's okay. That's the Scorpion.
Okay, cool.
So they're bringing back they teased him 4 movies ago, and now they're finally bringing him back in full gear as the Scorpion. He was in jail with the Vulture. Then whatever happened with Thanos, and so it's going to be interesting. I'm curious as to how they're going to bring him in.
Yeah, it's coming out this summer, right? You said
July,
earlier.
I believe. Yeah, the trailer's unseen narrator promises at the end that spiders make it through the life cycle change experience as a sort of a rebirth in its final moments. The trailer's music swells, suggesting that the entire film won't be as depressing as it seems, and it even ends with a bit of ironic humor. Some users online. By the way, what it seems like happens at the end of this movie is that Spider-Man becomes the massively most powerful version of himself. So I don't know. Well, okay, so YouTube. The official video had approximately 249,000 upvotes to only 2,800 downvotes, so that's pretty big.
Yeah.
Ultimately, fan reaction in the coming days will tell the full story. July 31st is when it hits. So yeah, so it's I have been waiting and waiting and waiting for this trailer to come out.
Yeah. It looks good. I'll take the kids to go see it. The other two didn't let me down. So
no, all of the Spider-Man movies so far, I think they've been top notch. Again, as far as the actual heart of the MCU is concerned, Spider-Man as a character in the MCU, the last main MCU movie that did well was the Spider-Man movie. Now, of course, Deadpool Wolverine did well, but part of the reason Deadpool Wolverine did as well as it did is it made fun of the MCU.
Oh, that is true.
Did you?
I don't condone Deadpool. I cannot watch that, and I don't want that stuff around my children. So I'm the wrong fool for that one. If I don't know, Jess, did you see Deadpool?
I've seen it, but my child is not seeing it. So
no, it's not.
No, I mean it's kind of harsh. It's MF every other word, or just about. It seems like it's a different kind of a movie. It's not for everybody, but yeah. Oh, Chef Eddie, this is funny. They should give us a movie version of the Broadway musical Spider-Man Turn Off the Dark. Is that still rolling? Is that still going? I don't know.
No, it didn't last long.
Anyway, what did you guys think of the Spider-Man trailer in the chat or in the comments? You can leave that below. I'm excited for it. I still am on the fence about Sadie Sink playing Jean Grey, because that's what everyone is saying, and I have this hope in my heart that she's not playing Jean Grey, because I don't want to see a third version of that character. I really hope she's playing Firestar. So when I was growing up,
picture her as Jean Grey like at all.
Well, here's the thing. she looks exactly like Firestar, who was a character created just for the animated series on Saturday mornings, Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends, which was airing in the 1980s. And it was Spider-Man, Iceman, and Firestar, which was weird because Iceman was an X-Men, but that had nothing to do with it. But I still really hope that it ends up.
What other before Stranger Things, what else did Sadie Sink work on? What did she do before that? Sorry.
She was a child actor, as I recall, but I can't tell you off the top of my head what she was in. But I bet IMDb can. No.
Okay.
Anyhow, as far as Spider-Man is concerned, as far as I can tell, for anything that's going forward with Spider-Man, well, it's a brand new day. Izzo's Place for $5 says, "Go and Shogi, missed my clip." You know what to do. Go and Shogi. Did you really miss? Did you miss?
Yeah,
we confirmed that
he
he's
said
back.
he was doing dinner. He was doing dinner.
Oh, okay.
You got to do dinner.
Go and Shogi. I thought I sent this to you, but here it is. This is for Izzo. Izzo's Place is here.
To Izzo's Place. Cheers.
Fun.
That will never get old.
Yeah, I wish Kit Kat was here because you love Kit Kats. Kit Kat's a fun one. Yes. Speaking of which, at some point in time, I don't see that we got it tonight, but I'm hoping to get 175 members of the channel. We get 175 members of the channel. We get a fourth new emoji. Right now, the emojis that are new are placeholders. I think there's one in the chat and it looks like a red ball from when we were kids. I'm thinking that you probably had the red ball in elementary school for Foursquare, for kickball, for dodgeball.
Yes, we did, and I still own them at my house today, so I know what they are.
Okay, yeah, I don't see those rubber balls anywhere anymore. The
I
red
literally
ones.
just buy them at Walmart.
But are they still used in elementary schools?
Yeah, my son plays.
What?
Yeah, my son actually plays dodgeball in gym class. Believe it or not.
Oh, wow!
I know some schools don't allow that, but they do here.
I love dodgeball. It's a great movie.
That one was funny.
I love that.
Yeah,
movie.
you dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball.
Yeah,
you can dodge a wrench. It's so funny. Oh my gosh! And of course, that gave us the clip that everybody uses. What is that? We'll see how that one works. Whatever Jason Bateman says in that one clip that he's, I forget what it is. Anyway, so Chef Eddie says that in the Amazing Spider-Man #7 from 2023, they killed off Spider-Man and his amazing friends. That's awful.
What?
That's awful. I had in my hands, in my possession, in the 1980s, 2 copies of the most sought after Spider-Man comic book ever. And I can't remember. I think it was Amazing Spider-Man. I don't even remember the number of it, but what I remember is it was the comic where he married Mary Jane Watson. And it was popular because that was the first time that it ever happened. I don't know if it's ever happened again, but it was one story and it came out with 2 different covers depending on when and where you bought it. I had both covers. One cover was Peter Parker and Mary Jane, and it was like everybody on one side of the aisle was the Peter Parker's family, and everybody with Mary Jane was Mary Jane's family and friends and stuff. Everybody was normal. The other cover was Peter Parker as Spider-Man marrying Mary Jane, and it was all of the Spider-Man heroes and Spider-Man villains in their hero costumes. And it was, the picture looked exactly the same, except with people either in their costumes or out of their costumes. It was so cool. And I was an idiot, and I sold all of my comics, 600 comic books I sold for $75 when I was 21 years old, because want to hear the reason? It's the worst reason ever.
What was
they
it?
were heavy. I sold them because these comic book boxes were heavy, and I was young, and I knew that as a young person I was going to be moving around a lot. I didn't want to keep taking them with me.
You know,
horrible.
it's just, if you think about everything that you did wrong at 21, we all have stories.
Oh my gosh. You know who's going to have some great stories about everything she did wrong at 21 is Rachel Zegler. So that'll be
prime example, baby.
That'll
Good
be great.
example.
What did James say over here? Spider-Man 90s animated series was voiced by the same actor who voiced Prince Eric in The Little Mermaid. That's cool.
Do you know that same actor also was in the Brady Bunch movie?
Oh, yes.
Oh, yes, you're
right.
right.
It was
Yeah.
Greg Brady. Yep.
Yes. Good point. Yeah.
It's been in all sorts of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I'll tell you a tale of the bottomless blue and also of the Brady Bunch. Well, some of the ones I had were okay. The Amazing Spider-Man ones were there. There were only a few in that collection of 600 that were worth anything. That's true, but I also had Action Comics 500, which was huge. Would have been worth an absolute fortune today. There's not very many of them around. The ones that wouldn't be worth a lot were the Transformers comics, the Alf comics, the X-Men comics. A bunch of those were, yeah.
You know, I just saw an Alf, like a large Alf stuffed animal at the store the other day at Target.
Alfie from
Alf.
Did he
like
speak?
the alien?
Like, could you press his hand and it was like, "Hey, Willie, before you get up for that final snack, I want you to know I've got your cat." Ha! Ha!
My son Everett watches that show with me, and he thinks it's hilarious. So
that's good, clean,
It's awesome.
fun family shows.
Yeah, he just tries to eat the cat all the time. I mean,
Jeez.
it's fine.
Who doesn't want to eat the cat all the time? Hey, O2RR out and about. So dropping quick
Hey,
note. Thank you for the support.
O2.
Hit the like button if you haven't done so yet. Hit the like button. Jess Hart's Theme Parks. Where can people find you on the interwebs?
It's the same all across the interwebs: YouTube, Instagram, X, formerly known as Twitter. I still call it Twitter. And out on Facebook. There's a Facebook page out there. So go in and give me a like and a subscribe and all the things. I'd love to see you guys out there.
Go and Shogi. If you have Jess Hart's Theme Parks, her channel link, drop that in the chat for us, please. We would appreciate that. There it is. There
all
it is.
on top of it. Thank you.
Go and Shogi is the best wrench
He's the best.
ever.
Yeah.
And a great chef. And he's awesome. I appreciate you. And the great thing is, like, he's a friend of mine, so we talk on the phone, and I love that. It's awesome. And he's already got you up, MJ. He's already got you up. We got to put MJ on here. Look at that.
Magnificent and majestic. It sounds like an amazing horse. Sorry.
I love you.
But I love you, Shogi. I love you, but they I just think it's every time I see magnificent and majestic, I'm like, that sounds like an amazing, beautiful horse that has been like well groomed and cared for many years. But yeah, that's but thank you. You know, I have a lot of fun with you guys. This is a great place to hang out, and I'm on X and Instagram. I almost said I'm on X and Twitter. I'm tired. It's been a crazy week, and it's only Wednesday. You guys know where to find me and all the channels and all the things and everybody. Thank you, Ron.
You're welcome. Thank you, Jess. Thank you, MJ, for being here. Addict Tapes, I totally understand. It wasn't over the top. It was a little bit underwhelming. I hope what I'm hoping, because it's the first trailer, because it's a teaser, I'm really, really hoping that we see a lot more. Especially, I want to see more Scorpion, honestly. But we'll see. I hope it's a good movie. I don't know.
Oh, and I agree with James all day. DC and Looney Tunes, I see them making their way to with the Roadrunner to Universal.
Roadrunner.
We might see it there eventually.
I agree with that.
Will work.
Yeah. Yep. I can see that.
I can never tell you all my stories about DC and Looney Tunes that I have about Six Flags because of the age that I was at the time that I was there, but there are stories. You'll just never hear them.
Amazing story time with Ron. We just need a channel. Story time with Ron.
I'd subscribe.
Hello, boys and girls. We're going to tell you a little bit of a story here with Ron. It's going to be good. You're going to love it. You're going to love it. Come on in.
We lost MJ.
let me change my shoes and change my shirt. James,
I do that when I'm driving. I go. It's a habit. I love the Roadrunner, and my son always makes fun. He's like, "You're doing the Roadrunner thing again, Mom." I'm like, "Yeah, meep. They need to move out of the way."
Listen, pal, it's rabbit season, not duck season. Say, was that a Tweety bird? That's all, folks.
I have a tradition over the weekend. We watch Looney Tunes. I just put them on. I don't care who wants to see it or not.
I love that.
It just goes on.
Izzo's Place, thank you so much for chiming in here tonight. Thank you, everybody, for dropped in tonight. We appreciate all of you. I think we can give Izzo his due and give him another shout out before we take off. And so we'll see Izzo, we'll see the outro, and we'll see you over at WDW Pro. Thanks so much, everybody, for watching. And until next time, we'll see you real soon. Bye, everybody. Ciao.
Bye.
MJ.
Huh?
Is she stuck? Bye,
Am
everybody.
I'm stuck in time?
Bye, everybody. Ciao.
To Izzo's Place. Cheers.
Dishes are done, man. Cleans them down to the shot.